this, we can at least see. You're going to be looking at 3. Mostly focus on this. I'll catch you with this. Don't worry about this, but we'll just get it. That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
All right.
You can, do you want to put something like raise it up, put something under it, and then angle it down? I got a container to ship. Like all my TV Skype interviews.
Yep. That might be too high. Oh.
Not this shit right here. I got a couple hundred Soul Belly stickers printed. I gotta pick them up tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, they turn them around a day. I need to find. Do you have a good graphic designer?
I've got a couple that I work with. Yeah, I can introduce you to somebody. Okay, let's just see. Will you stand over there?
Yeah.
Stand over there. All right, so is it going to be, if you look over here every once in a while, is that okay? So just make sure if you show something, you show it all the way kind of around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll just go with that.
Cool.
And, okay, so this, I'm just going to go live too.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and then we're going to probably have to turn it around. Okay.
What's all that crap on the bottom?
So volume should be on.
That's funny.
I don't know.
Oh, it looks like you can like paste. It's like what's it?
I mean, I don't know how to get rid of it, so there we go. Okay. that would be kind of funny. Yeah. That's cool. This is new, I think. Okay. But I don't know how to get rid of them. Like this, maybe?
That's fine.
Okay. So good there. What is this?
Olive oil.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and got this guy. Turn this guy around. This one's easy, so.
There. Take another cup of salt. Did you see these sauces I posted about?
Okay, I thought this was my phone. So I can do Instagram.
You need to get mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, what are those?
So this guy sent me his hot sauces.
Okay.
And he makes a whole bunch. There's more. He sent me like 6 or 8 of them. And there's like a little comic strip inside.
Oh, fun.
And they're like designed for them. They're really cool. They're like hot sauce jokes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
they're
fun.
really
Cute. Like the whole bazooka thing.
Yeah.
Comics.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on your Facebook page right now, but I don't see. Facebook page, right?
Yes.
I don't see that.
Cool. We got 3 minutes.
Right, but I don't see it on here. Usually there's like a tab on the side of my computer where it says videos. What is this? Oh. Now we're live. Okay. Well, okay, let's see. There we go.
We live.
We live.
We live.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Got 7 people watching over here. We're going to go live on Instagram too.
Sweet.
Checking connection. We are live now.
Live.
Yeah.
It's alive. All right. I'm excited.
We're waving back. Okay. 9 people on Instagram, 12 people on Facebook, 11 on Instagram.
Let's say Pat Trauma is watching.
That's what it said.
Oh my God. Oh, blast.
Don't look so bored.
Yeah. No, nothing to be bored about over here.
Oh.
Oops.
All right.
We'll wait till. Oh, it's 6.
It's 6 o'clock.
All right, let's start. Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It's my first Secret Burger class, and I couldn't be more excited. So, here we go. Who's ready to pull some fresh mozzarella and make some pickles? All right, so here's what we're going to do. First thing I need you to do is get some water on the stove. I've got a couple pots full just to make sure I've got enough. Get some water on, fill it up, get them hot. First and foremost, this way, when we go to make fresh mozzarella, we're going to be ready. Being prepared is the most important thing. Okay, you all have your bags? Let's see what we got in the bag here. Mozzarella curd. This is some beautiful mozzarella curd. It's from my guys in LA, Di Stefano Cheese. Can't say enough great things about those guys. They actually have their own cows. They do. They have their own cows. It's not a joke. And they bring all the milk in, so it comes from the same cows. They bring it into the plant. They pasteurize on site. It's pretty awesome. And if you've ever had their burrata, which you should if you haven't, it is the best burrata around. And if you go to their plant, they actually make it by hand still. So, all right. So I'm getting all my ingredients out of the bag here. I've got a couple pieces of bread. I've got all my ingredients here for the giardiniera. And then for the curd, for the mozzarella, all you need is curd and your water and some salt and these. So we're going to be good to go here. So once you get your water on, we're going to start getting everything ready to make our giardiniera. And what we have is our spices. So this is some dried oregano and mustard seeds. Some peeled garlic cloves. These are serrano peppers that were pickled. So they were cooked in the brine. It makes the brine and the flavor and the heat. It's awesome. So they get cooked whole in the brine, sit overnight. I took them out. I chopped them up for you. And then this is the brine. If you taste the brine, smell the brine, you're going to smell those chilies in there. And if you see some particles, like black particles, that's just from the chilies. It's not dirt. So I know when I was packing it up, I saw some of that. It's good stuff. It's all flavor. Olive oil, very important. It's going to bring the whole thing together. We've got some celery, cauliflower, red bell peppers, yellow onions, and carrots. Your carrots too, they look a little dirty, right? Well, I don't peel carrots because the skins have a lot of flavor. They have a lot of nutrients, and all you have to do is really scrub and wash the carrot really well. And the skins are delicious. So this is everything that we have here. What we're going to do is we're going to start by heating up our brine in a little stainless steel pot. The reason why you want to use a stainless steel pot is because the vinegar is going to react with aluminum, and that's no bueno. So, all right, so I've got a mixing bowl, and I'm just going to put everything in the bowl. I've got my carrots, onions, and peppers. And you can use other vegetables in this too. Jardiniere just means the garden. So it's kind of like what you got growing in your garden. Let's put it all together and tickle it. And then save it for the winter. All right, so I've got all my veggies in here. I'm gonna add my chopped serranos. You can add more or less. I'll leave it up to you. They're pretty hot, not gonna lie. I've got my spice mix. All right, now I'm gonna show you how to easily chop a clove of garlic. I did all the work peeling them for you, and now you're gonna do the work chopping it. All right. Is everybody with me right now so far?
So why don't you just tell people just what's on the stove?
Oh, on the stove. So right now on the stove, I've got my water boiling, getting ready to boil for the fresh mozzarella when we're ready to make that. And I have my brine for the jardiniere. So I've got my mason jar here as well, and that's going to be ready to go. All right, chopping garlic. Check all your garlic and make sure that this little brown butt end gets chopped off. I'm not a fan of those. They're woody. The texture is just weird, so I just wouldn't use that. Okay, ready? Lay your knife on the side like this. If you can see this, ready? 1, 2, 3, chop, and your garlic's chopped, pretty much. Okay, try again. Smash it. My son loves to smash things. He would probably be really good at this. All right, and then just run your knife through it. Just to get it into really small, finer pieces, but this is how I started out, as opposed to just like chopping into the clove. All right, so now I'm gonna add that here. Let me check on my brine and make sure. You don't want, once it comes to a boil, you want to turn it off, because you don't want to reduce it, because it'll get more intense, it'll get salty, it'll get really just too intense with the acidity. And then what I'll do is just mix all this together. You can see all these beautiful colors. I love this. This is probably my favorite pickle that I make. All right, now carefully fill your jar. Try not to make too much of a mess. I'm pretty messy, but I'm gonna do my best to get every last bit in here. All right. I hope everybody's doing well so far. This is pretty easy. You know, I dice some of the vegetables. I chop some in a food processor. This is just how I like to do it. I've also made the jardiniere with whole bigger pieces of vegetables. So sliced carrots, sliced celery, whole small florets of cauliflower. So really, it's up to you how you want to do it. All right, so we're filling our jar pretty full. If you see any stems from the oregano, you can pull those out. It's really good oregano, so you know it's super fresh. All right, so my brine is to a boil, and I'm gonna pull that out. And now all we're gonna do is add this hot brine here to our vegetables. You can see it going down.
What's in the brine?
So this brine, all it is distilled white vinegar, salt, and sugar. And all I did was, and you have the recipe, it has all the ingredients for the brine, to make the brine. You put all those together in a pot, you bring it up to a boil, you add your serrano chilies, and you pickle your serrano chilies in that brine. Once they turn a pale green color, shut it off. Let it cool at room temperature, and then let them sit overnight, and it's going to give that brine a lot more flavor. You want that chili flavor. It's kind of key to this, doing this right. Okay, so I'm going to press it down a little bit. This looks awesome. And then the best part, our little olive oil topper. And this, you know, I always say fat is flavor. It's a vehicle for flavor, and it's true. So what it's going to do is it's going to kind of tie it all together, you know, and if you think of, especially like an Italian giardiniera, you always see that oil in there, and with good reason, right? So this is just some California olive ranch olive oil. You can use, I would always use extra virgin for this though, but definitely use extra virgin oil. All right, all right. So that's it, guys and girls. I just mix it up, try to get some of that oil down in there. It's always going to come back to the top as well. And then what you're going to do, you know, you've got that nice hot brine vegetables in there now. You're going to seal this jar nice and tight and flip it upside down for at least a minute. And what that's going to do is it's going to sanitize the lid of the jar, and it's going to seal the jar as well.
Your phone went off with your phone.
What happened? Oh. Technical difficulties. There you go. All right. Cool. Everybody got that?
Somebody asked if you put olives in it ever.
You could, yeah. Actually, I have. I used to make a veggie burger at a restaurant I was the chef at, and I made very similar to this, and I added chopped olives and some other vegetables, and it was awesome. It was like a relish on a sandwich. This is kind of like my Frank's Red Hot. If you've ever seen the commercial, I put that bleep on everything. That's this right here. This goes on everything. It's awesome on pizza. You can put it on your eggs in the morning. You can definitely put it on a sandwich. In Chicago, yeah. Italian beef, hot dog. This goes on everything. So the one that you'll typically get in Chicago is pretty hot. So I had my exhaust fan automatically came on. That's pretty cool. All right. Is everybody good now? We're in a good place?
If somebody didn't have that jar.
You can just do it in a container if you don't have a jar. Just don't turn it upside down, obviously. All right. Isn't that beautiful? And you can eat it, like let it cool down. It'll be too intense while it's hot. Let it cool down, and then you can eat it. But like tomorrow, the next day, the end of the week after, a month later, this is going to be so good. It's going to blow your mind.
Good. So it'll last a month?
It'll last up to a year.
It lasts 2 years. Does it need to be refrigerated?
Sealed, yeah. I would seal it. I would keep it in the fridge. Yeah, I mean, this is good. I have some that's about a year old now, and it's awesome. It's the whole purpose of pickling, right? Pickling is all about preservation. So you know, canning, pickling, charcuterie, all of those things, those are all methods of preservation, because in the olden days, people didn't have refrigeration. So, you know, you have these crops all summer long, and you got to pack up everything for the winter. And so you pickle things, you cure things, you brine things. you know, and get yourself, make sure you're good for the winter time. So, but now we have refrigeration. But still, this is fun. All right, enough of that. How are we doing on time? Oh, we are good. Anybody think I'm going too fast? Let me know. Just speak up. I can slow down. I can go back. I can talk about things again if need be. But I know I'm pretty stoked to make some fresh mozzarella. And I hope you are too. All right. If you have gloves, you can use gloves. If not, what I would do, I'll show you. I'm going to keep a bowl of ice water right here for my hands. Oh, I didn't welcome you to my kitchen. Sorry. Welcome to my home. All right, so this is going to be for my mittens. And you're going to want 2 other bowls. 1, 2. Wooden spoon and a ladle. And of course your mozzarella curd. Don't forget about that, the most important thing, right? All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is open this up. And you don't have to, it helps to let it sit out at room temp for about an hour and temper, so you don't, it just slows down the process if it's cold. So, and just break it up into small pieces like this. I don't know if you can see. Okay, so just kind of go through it and just break it up with your fingers into small pieces. I hope everybody's having a great day today. It was nice to meet most of you this morning. And for those of you that I forgot your bread, I'm sorry. Hope we fixed it and you got your bread. You're all good. But I'm really excited about this this whole Secret Burger thing. They're awesome, and I love to teach. I love to cook, so I love to teach to cook. And I saw a lot of you are coming to the barbecue this weekend, which is awesome. And I'm really, really pumped about this barbecue. I think it's going to be really spectacular.
I want to remind people that if they're out of town, they can also participate.
Yeah, for sure. Totally. So the great thing that we've come up with Secret Burger too is that if you're out of town, you can opt to take the class and just not get a kit. We'll send you recipes. We'll send you a shopping list. It's a different price, and it's a really fun experience. So hopefully, just go to www.secretburger.com. Look at the classes. Myself, there's a bunch of other great chefs on there. It's a really awesome thing that's going on right now with this. All right, here we go. So we're going to bring over a pot of hot water right here. All right. Ooh, look at that. All right. So everybody does this differently. I've been taught, I can't tell you how many different ways I've been taught how to do this. So what I'm going to do here is, this bowl is going to be for the finished product. All right. And we're basically making a little salted water, like almost like a brine. Okay, just stir to dissolve that salt into there. Because you don't want to add salt to your water, and this is why. Because salt extracts moisture, right? If you add salted water to this and then you start pulling it and working it, the salt is going to pull out a lot of that moisture. So you really want it to go into a bowl of water that's salted, like a brine. And then just add some cold water to that hot water. I started with hot water so that the salt will dissolve into it. And then it'll also act as a way to shock the cheese. All right, who's ready? I know I am. This is one of my favorite things to do. All right, so you take a ladle of water, go right around the bowl, like so. Not directly under the cheese. And just give it a shake. Okay, I've added about 12 ounces of water to this 1 pound of cheese curd. And I'm gonna let it.
How much salt?
In the salted water, there's about 3 tablespoons to a couple cups of water. Let me add a little more cold water to this. All right. And then the other thing is this. You don't want this cheese to be in the water for a super long period of time because the hot water is going to extract the fat. So the goal is to kind of get this done fairly quickly. Okay, so you can see it's all kind of melting and coming together. What you're gonna do is just kind of massage it a little bit and break up those pieces of curd, like so, okay? And then just put it back in your water, your hot water. And this water you want really, really hot, okay? I know it's a little uncomfortable. That's what you have the spoon for. So you can use it to kind of lift the cheese out. Okay, you can see it's starting to turn into cheese, right? And mozzarella curds are kind of tough to find. I'm gonna try to find a resource for y'all to be able to get it. So now what I'm doing is I'm adding. Basically, it's like adding milk, right? So which is going to add more flavor, more richness to the cheese as it sits in that water. And now, so what I've done is I've taken a little bit of the chill off the cheese. I've started the process, and now I'm going back in with some new water, new nice hot water, a little bit more here. And this cheese should become very pliable and soft. So it should just kind of pull on it, hang on its own weight and pull. Okay, see? You can see the difference here, how you still see pieces of the curd. And as I'm pulling this, see how nice and smooth and shiny that gets? That's what you're gonna be doing. So that's why we pull the cheese. Like this. Isn't that fun? Okay, and just fold it back over itself. You can also, if you're not comfortable using a piece this big, just do smaller batches at a time. But I remember doing this when I was a kid in Jersey. Jersey's all about fresh mozzarella and red sauce and chicken parm and bagels and pizza. All right, it's about a lot of things. Any questions, you guys?
Looks like we're good. Somebody was asking about the mozzarella curds, but you seem to, I think you're going to share a resource with people.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find a resource for y'all. Okay. We are almost there. Does everybody have cheese that looks like this? If you don't, send a message, speak up. And if you do, send a message and speak up. All right. This is about ready. I didn't end up needing the water for my hands, but it's a good thing for you to do. So, okay. And now what we're going to do is just fix my phone real quick. All right.
Great. Why
Okay.
are you wearing gloves?
Why am I not wearing gloves?
Yeah.
Because I don't have any. I don't have any in the house.
You don't need gloves, though.
You don't make, yeah, you're cooking at home. I mean, if you want, the gloves definitely help with the heat. Okay. So now to pull off pieces, what you're going to want to do is make sure it's nice and hot, like so. And then you just kind of fold it up, bunch it up into a ball like this. You see? And I'm pushing the cheese. I'm kind of making it solid underneath here. And I'm just going to kind of pop out a piece right here like this and use my hands to apply some pressure on it. And you just twist it off like that. And you get this really cool looking, delicious little ball of fresh mozzarella. And then that goes in our brine water. And then we just keep doing that. If you want to make it's called ciliegine, the little, it means cherry in Italian. You just do a smaller one like this. You can do the braids. You can do all kinds of things. You can even, at my restaurant in LA that I had, Union, we made stracciatella. Stracciatella is what is in the center of a ball of burrata. So when they make burrata, what they do is they take mozzarella and make a really thin sheet out of it. And then they fill it with the stracciatella, which all stracciatella is fresh mozzarella that is shredded and soaked in cream and kind of mixed with cream like this. So you would take it like this and just pull it into strands. Pretty cool, huh? And I actually used to just serve a bowl of stracciatella with roasted garlic, olive oil, and bread. Yum. Yeah, yum, right? Okay, so we would go a little finer on this and just let this sit in cream or panna, which is like the cream that they make at Stefano, which is pretty awesome. All right, let's get one more final shot of hot water. I guess I didn't need all that water after all. My mind went right to like working in a restaurant and pulling 20 pounds of mozzarella and running out of water. All right, so let's just make a little bit more cheese here. And the last one, we're just going to kind of bunch it up into a ball. As you can see, it's got a beautiful shine on it. Look at it in the light. That's it. That last piece is for me. All right, so when you eat it, when you taste it right now, it should be pretty bland. And that's what this salted water is for. All right. So now we have jardiniere. We have fresh cheese. I don't know. It sounds like the makings of a great appetizer, great plate of food. So let's toast some bread. I like to actually just get a cast iron pan really hot and just toast my bread in a hot cast iron pan dry. It gets a nice char on the bread. Just a whole nother layer of flavor. It's pretty awesome. So this is a beautiful French baguette. What's the name of that bakery we got it from? It's a French bakery downtown or off the strip, right? Off Sahara. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm gonna get in that pan hot. I've got cheese. We're gonna slice it shortly. Got our jardiniere, some really good olive oil, salt, and pepper. That's it. That's all you need to make a really good plate of food. The simplest things are the best things. And if you have some fresh basil, like I have a little basil plant over here, you can put some fresh basil. I mean, you can add roasted peppers to the plate. You can add some tomatoes, whatever you want, really.
How long does it need to sit in the brine?
You can leave it. I mean, you're going to leave the cheese in the brine. I would leave it in the brine just in your fridge for as long as you're going to have it. I mean, the amount of time I would leave it in the brine before you use it is maybe like 10 minutes. You know, because once we slice the cheese too, you'll see we're going to season the slices as well. All right, my pan is smoking. That's a good sign. I mean, take these ingredients and let your mind get creative. Let yourself go a little wild. and think about some other cool ideas that you can do with these things. I mean, there's so much, right? All right. Love that smell of chard. It reminds me of the Lower East Side of Manhattan. All the matzo factories, the bread factories down there. All right. So when you slice your cheese, nice sharp knife, you're just gonna cut right through it. This cheese came up beautiful. Okay. Wow, nobody said it was going too fast. That's good.
I haven't seen anything.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. All right, so we've got some really nicely toasted bread. You can take a clove of garlic and kind of rub a raw clove of garlic over the top of the bread as well, if you like. I don't like it personally. I'm not a fan of raw garlic, but to each his own, right? Okay. So what I'll do is, let's slice all the cheese. Let's make a nice big plate of food. Those of you that got the extras, I hope you're enjoying them. The antipasti, the melon prosciutto, chicken parm. All right, let me show you a trick about seasoning. If you season low, I don't know if you can zoom in on this, but if you season right here, you're gonna have a big pile. If you season up here, it's gonna spread evenly. See that? So always when you're seasoning something like this, always season high like this. Don't worry about making a mess. It's part of cooking. A little pepper. All right. And then we're just gonna pile this cheese up on the bread like this. Nice little snack. Gotta try one, right? Oh, that's sealed pretty good. Hold on. I sealed that one too good.
Oh, that's nice.
Where's my there we go. Okay. Oh wow. That smells so yummy. And like I said, tomorrow, next week, don't eat it all today. Trust me. Just use a little bit today. Save the rest. When you're serving up the jardinere too, always just give it a quick stir because all the oil is going to be sitting on the top. I mean, you might like that. I don't know. Okay, let me get rid of this. All right, we're just gonna top the cheese with some jardinera, like this. Right? And I like to put,
Oh, go ahead.
You have a question?
Well, someone said their cheese isn't forming. She's like, what did I do wrong?
Is the water needs to be really, really hot, like almost boiling hot. And the cheese should come together. You gotta work it. Work it, girl. All right. And then just gonna throw some little baby basil leaves on here. That is gorgeous. The power of simple food is extraordinary. All right. And there it is.
We should take
Yeah,
this.
let's take this over there.
Right here.
Mira.
Wait, can I see?
Oh, that looks great.
So delicious.
I'll bring this to you.
Everybody gets a peek.
Everybody gets a sneak peek. Did we get a comment back about that cheese?
That the water needs to be really hot, almost boiling. So no comment just yet.
Okay.
All right.
Who is it?
That is Kim.
Hey, Kim. You can send me a message if you like, and I can talk you through it after the class.
Perfect.
Cool?
Great.
All right.
Next class.
My next class, next Saturday, right? Saturday? Sunday.
Oh, the kids kid.
The kids class. Yeah, we're doing a kids class.
It's actually, they're picking the kids up on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, the class is Sunday. Pickup is Saturday. You should get your tickets. We're making pepperoni lasagna cups for the kiddos. I know my son loves them. He always gets in my way every time I try to make them. So I've taught it a couple times to kids, and they really, really enjoy making it. It's not that difficult, but it's a slightly challenging. It's going to keep them busy. So let's do it. And then this weekend, barbecue, baby. Barbecue. All right. Thanks for joining me. This is Bruce Kalman with secretburger.com.
I don't know how to turn it off. Okay. You do that one, I'll do this one.
Thank you. And straight.